still a shame. We just lost sound again. Lost sound? Yeah. Hey, Jim. Yeah. We got the mic.
Okay.
So, in the middle of the song,
Okay. All right. Is it good? Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Mullen. Thank you for coming to our Performing Arts Night. This is the second time we've done this event. In case you were here with us last year, we went underneath the name of the Open Mic Poetry Night. So we have over here all of our performers. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Yes. All right. So if you look around, you notice that we also have a bunch of tables with some weird looking stuff on it. Over here, we have our drama club. They have a published book that they are offering for sale. All poetry for grades 3, 4, and 5. And a select amount of secondary work is also being printed in there. So please stop by their table and check it out. You'll place your order and they will submit it to me and I will contact you when it is ready. Back over here, we have our PTO table. They have a lot of cool W.T. Sampson swag ready to go. And then we have our athletic department. Yes, Mr. Johnson is back there with his team, rocking out some popcorn. And we have some snow cones. And next to Mr. Johnson, we have Miss Davis with the NHS and the junior NHS, rocking out with some baked goods. So please go ahead, check that out too in between. We ask that we don't take any bathroom breaks or interrupt the performance pieces. Try to go in and out only this door. Okay, thank you. Please enjoy the show.
Limerick is called Fun and Art Class. I went to my art class sad because I was last. It wasn't school. I feel so cool. I get to school so fast. And my limerick is called Pickles. I don't like chips with pickles. I would not spend a nickel. They taste really bad. They make me mad. When the juice falls down, it trickles. Limerick is called Cake. In my kitchen, I like to bake. My favorite thing is cake. This one was old, so very cold, so I threw it into a lake. Limerick is called rainbows. Rainbows are so full of color, for sale for nearly $1. They are so beautiful, can make musicals. I wish they were much smaller. My limerick is called unicorns. I really love unicorns, especially because of their horns. I like their glitter. My heart is a flitter. I like them with popcorn. My limerick's called junk food. I like too much junk food. It puts me in a good mood. I like to eat, but mostly meat, and I like to hang out with all my dudes. And my limerick is called Mouse in a House. There once was a gray mouse who came inside my house. He asked if I wanted to play. I told him to stay, but instead he played with his louse. Limerick is called potato. I love all kinds of potatoes. I do not eat the tomatoes. They were so rotten, but now are forgotten. My emotions I had to let go. My limericks is food. Food is very crunchy and very munchy. When I eat it, it is good. I started in my childhood. When I don't get it, I get very punchy. And my limerick is called Pizza. I once ate a delicious pizza. It was delivered by a cheetah. Its name was Iguana. He owned a katana, and he said, Mamma Mia. And my limerick is called Ice Cream. The taste is so very cold. The flavors are incredibly bold. When I eat it, I am happy, not often snappy. The taste on my lips is of gold. My limerick is called Sunny Bunny. It was bright and sunny, warm just like a bunny. Flowers bloom too, just like you. Everything is funny. And my title of the limerick is Playing with Slime. I like to play with slime. It barely costs a dime. It's so sticky. It smells icky. I don't care because it's mine.
The title of my poem is called Jokes. I like all kinds of jokes. I laugh with all my folks. We have lots of fun. It's never done. All the quips are merely a hoax.
I'm Mr. Bardoni, and I will be reading a limerick titled How My Friends Make Me Laugh. Recite it, so I will do it for her. My friends, they make me laugh by showing me their photographs. Some funny faces, some with braces, and ones with me as a giraffe.
The name of my limerick is called My Brother. My brother makes me laugh. He's so tall, he's like a giraffe. He is funny, calls me a bunny, but my respect for him is only but half.
Annalene, and a sneak peek of the whole entire play. And yeah. Please come next Saturday and Friday at 7 p.m.
Come on, Wildcats!
Five, six, seven, eight. Wildcats, sing along. Yeah, you got it going on. Wildcats in the house. Everybody say now. Wildcats everywhere. Wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it. Let's get to it. Time to show the world.
Yo, Troy! Oh, you my oops boy!
Hey, Chad. Happy New Year.
Oh, yes, my brothers. It will be a happy Wildcat New Year when Troy Bolton leads us to our first league champions. Hallelujah!
Wildcats sing along. Yeah, you got it going on. Wildcats in the house. Everybody say it now.
Hi, Troy.
Hi, Sharpay.
Wildcats everywhere. Wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it. Let's get to it. Come on, everyone.
What's it called? Limerick is called music. The best part of music is the beat. It's so good, I must move my feet. Lyrics make the song, they help it get along. Music is awesome and neat.
My lyric is sewing. I like to sew with my mom because it makes me feel calm. I sew in her room and dust with a broom, then make soup with my super mom.
Limerick is called In the Summer. In the summer it is so warm, I never see any storms. Pretty flowers bloom, and I smell their nice fume. I hate how the bees swarm.
It's called soccer. Soccer is my favorite sport. The games are often too short. The refs can be mean. I want to scream, a penalty I shall thwart. My limerick is called dogs. German shepherds are great, but only except for their weight. Golden retrievers are lead. They run at airspeed. You should never use them for quick bait.
My limerick is sleep. Everyone needs sleep, even if you can't make a peep. Though I need it more than you might not make it through, and you'll be counting the sheep.
Limerick is gingerbread. Gingerbread is very snappy. It makes me oh so happy. It smells so sweet. Other desserts can't compete. When I eat gingerbread, I am never unhappy.
Limerick is called Snake Can Shake. I really want to have a snake. I also love to eat steak. I won't eat with Bob. He has a horrible job. He works at Steak and Shake.
And my poem's called Brothers. Some days you make me mad, others you make me glad. You talk behind my back, yet share your Big Mac. Without you, my days would be sad.
And we are school kids on the block, and our song is called No School Days.
On no school days, this is what we do. We go outside, we play in the sun too.
I sleep in all day, have lots of dreams. I dream of school. We have it every day. I need a break, and that is today.
My friend comes over, we pretend to be superheroes, you and me.
At the end of the day, we have chocolate cake and lots of sweets. We'll watch another movie and go to sleep.
Limerick is titled My Name. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have a lot of gnomes. Got a ton of money? Well, then I think it's so funny that it all came to me from loans.
Limerick is called Rat Rats. I like to feed my cats. I also feed the rats. They are very cute, not always mute. I try to dress them in fun hats.
My poem is called Cows. There once was a lovely cow. Each day it makes me say, wow. The fur is so soft, the milk does not waft. That's why the cow should not pull a plow.
And my limerick title is called Memes. The memes are so very funny. Sometimes they can be really punny. Never out of style. They do make me smile. One day they will make me some money.
And my limerick is called Gymnastic Days. I like to bend in weird ways. Training takes up all my days. I flip on the bars and reach for the stars, and I get on the beam and hear praise.
And my limerick title is Snail. Once I had a pet snail. He got thrown into a jail. His name was Joe. They fed him marshmallow. Then he turned completely pale.
My limerick is called This Is My Dream. I really like to sleep. I often see white sheep. They jump over logs with the bulldogs. Then we all ride away in the Jeep.
Limerick is called I Like Food. I like all kinds of food. About it, sometimes I'm rude. Some foods are red. I also like bread. Just make sure they're totally chewed. And my limerick is titled Sports Are So Fun. Sports are so fun for me. I play them by a tree. My favorite sport is soccer. I'll run through the blockers. All sports are my cup of tea.
Before I start this poem, I want everyone to give a round of applause and thank our military for protecting our nation and their sacrifice. Military is a patriotic role. In the military, you will work as a whole. Military is very patriotic, and when in the military, you have a lot of control. In the military, there's a lot of sacrifice. The enemy will pay the price. When in the military, you have to be brave. There will be times when you have to fight. There are 5 branches in the military. However, they all vary. These branches are unique, especially how they parry. For so long, our nation has been at war. Protect our country is what we swore. We get ready for battle. This action is what it's called for. Saying goodbye to your family is hard. Leave, go to war, and be on guard. But soon we are able to go back home. Our minds are forever scarred. Thank you.
And before I start, how many of you guys are dating or in a relationship? Okay, the reason why is because my poem or sonnet is based off of love, destruction, or strength. Stay with me now. Okay, love is connection of loss and strength. Some take advantage of it to hurt others. The connection can become a length, but others want to see others suffer. So long as I keep going and moving on, I can live with the pain I've been given. I can continue until a new dawn. But with those mistakes I learned, I'm driven. Some hearts have been broken to grow bigger, so they can love another a different way. Finding the one is like a trigger of happiness and soon become fray. Love can be a destructive force, but will set you on a new course.
And I will be doing my poem on, it is a villanelle style poem. It is called I Turn to See a Broken Pane. I turn to see a broken pane. A life that was once mine is now broken, shattered, wasted away. I cannot seem to find a way to mend the shards of glass I find. I turn to see a broken pane. I cannot see through the blinding rays, but I know that what I've tried to find is now broken, shattered, wasted away. Now hope shines like the light of day, fusing my pieces with its light. I turn to see a mending pane. Anew I see the world today. The truth is that my life is not broken, shattered, wasted away. I hold to know what is right. I have now been forever changed. Now I turn to see a mended pane, not broken, shattered, or wasted away.
Reading a poem by Tasia Applewhite titled Altered Stories. Lies used to alter feelings brings false hope, causes the need of mental healing. We lack the ability of dealing, the need of learning to cope. Lies used to alter feelings. People always scheming, trying to find the latest scope, causes the need of mental healing. We eventually begin kneeling, playing a game of tug the rope. Lies used to alter feelings. We start to mope, everyone watching us through a microscope, causes the need of mental healing. We struggle to find our true meaning. Everyone now reads their horoscope. Lies used to alter feelings, causes the need of mental healing. I'm back again with another one by Brianna Hamblin titled Disintegration, my bad, sorry. Slow disintegration of my soul strikes me like lightning rods. With lies my time you have stole. Playing me seemed your only goal. I tried a path so few have trod. Slow disintegration of my soul. I gave you my heart, no longer whole. I always seem transfixed by your facade. With lies my time you have stole. The notes you wrote, kisses you gave cajole. The role you played, a benevolent sod. Slow disintegration of my soul. Like a convict released on parole, love was sent by malevolent gods. With lies, my time you stole. Of me, you have no control. In life existing as an opulent fraud. Slow disintegration of my soul. With lies, my time you have stole. Thank you.
And the style of poem that I wrote was a villanelle, titled The Boy That Flied. The boy that flied descended into the salt water, the one who died. The boy that cried, who loved his father, the boy that flied. The one that never replied, who was a goner, the one who died. The one who expired, who was never bothered, the one that flied. The one who was carried, who went up farther, the one who died. The one who was unrefined, who was lost in a blur, the boy that flied, the one who died.
Son of the great Cephasus. Too bad at the end he wouldn't be free. So good looking, he had fire like the third degree, beautiful like Pegasus. His eyes pretty as the Adriatic Sea. To the heart of the most beautiful maiden he could have the key. His looks proved to be quite perilous, in the case of an imp whom he stung like a bee. With his beauty he stunned her, and she fell to her knees. However, he treated her like a pestilence, as cold to her as the Greenland Sea. He was then cursed by an angry lady for hurting the nymph as if he was venomous. He left staggeringly. He then saw his reflection in the sea. He lost his ability to speak and couldn't walk away from this beauty. All that's left of him now is a flower that looks like a filigree.
It's titled, I Am a Sunflower. I am a sunflower. My colors shine so bright, the height at which I tower. My difference in the hour, every view in my sight, I am a sunflower. I stay in the rain shower as I reach out for the light, the height at which I tower. My heart has all of my power, it contains it all so tight, I am a sunflower. The sun that we call ours, disappearing into the night, the height at which I tower. Watching others under the bower, using all of my given might, I am a sunflower, the height at which I tower.
And this is the W.T. Sampson production of High School Musical, which will be going live on Friday and Saturday, of the 26th and 27th of April at 7 p.m. Entry fees are only by donation, so please come and support us. This is just an insight of the whole musical, and we hope you enjoy.
Jack Scott can help us. He's announcing the game. It's impossible. Leave it to me. I can do anything with my laptop.
Go Wildcats! Yesterday, we all were on our own road. We didn't really know.
Each of us bring something to the table to help the others grow.
It's a chance to take a new direction.
To see through others' eyes.
See through others' eyes.
Choice
To make a new connection.
to win the bigger prize.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. We're all here, speaking out with one voice. We're gonna rock the house. The party's on, now everybody make some noise. Come on and scream and shout. Hey, hey, hey! We arrived because we stuck together. We make each other strong.
We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together's where we belong. We're all in this together. Once we reach, we can fly. Know inside we can make it. We're all in this together. Once we see there's a chance that we have, and we take it. Together, 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 everyone. Together, together. Come on, let's have some fun. Together, we're there for each other every time. Together, together. Come on, let's do. Come on, let's do. Come on, let's do. Do this right.
is I am learning. I'm learning to be more social, and I'm learning to be less talkative. I'm learning to be less annoying and not do what they say not to when they are near. And I'm learning not to talk back. And I'm learning not to do what I shouldn't. And I'm learning, although sometimes it hurts, I can do it. And I am learning to do what I'm told when I'm asked the first time. And it is much, much easier to be good.
My poem is called Mom. She was once the happiest woman alive. Then she came with a dream of me, and all was put into hyperdrive. I was just a child then, and I didn't know, but the sadness on my mother's face made me feel low. It came to me reading the Bible every night for her, but those prayers I made were just a blur. She had given up on all of her dreams, and her face never beams. Even when I would crack a joke, her face stood still like an oak. I was to blame, I thought, and my guilt and worries, they wouldn't stop. But my mother said it was going to be okay, and from then I felt as bright as day. Thank you.
My poem is called The Danger of Failing and Not Knowing. As Chinese philosopher Confucius said, if we don't know life, how can we know death? This quote means we can't feel alive without knowing how it feels to live. We should truly experience life, not take it day by day. The consequences of taking day by day is boring. No memories are made, no adrenaline is pumping, nothing exciting is happening. Another consequence of not experiencing life is that no new things are tried. One isn't pushing themselves to go outside of one's comfort zone. An experience of feeling alive but not living and having fun was when I was mad at a couple of people in my family. I was holding a grudge over them. I was hurting myself more than I was hurting them by staying inside while they were outside making memories and having fun. Another experience of me not enjoying my life in this beautiful world was when I never really gave trying new things a chance. If my family went out to a restaurant to eat, I would always order mac and cheese. It was my favorite dish of all time and still is. I would only eat and do what I knew. I wouldn't go on crazy roller coasters because I thought it'd be a horrible experience to live through. So I'm going to stop holding grudges over people and what they have done and start making memories by just having fun with them in that moment. I'm going to try something new and play Fortnite, and I'm going to love it. I'm going to switch things up when my family goes to a restaurant to eat. I'm going to eat soup, spaghetti, and/or fish. These moments that I either spent holding grudges or choosing not to experience life as it should be are gone. And once those memories are gone, moments are gone, they can never be gained back.
The poem is called The Danger of Hearing But Not Listening. World-renowned pianist Daniel Barenboim once said, and in English, you have the wonderful difference between listening and hearing, and that you can hear without listening, and you can listen and not hear. Being a student, I understand this quote. Throughout each and every day, there is always an example of a student hearing the teacher, but not listening to what they have to say. Each day, we see the consequences of not listening, which include misunderstanding, unsuccessful decisions, and ineffective assumptions. Growing up, my parents told both me and my older brother Anthony to ask if something could be repeated if we did not understand it. This is like hearing but not listening because you hear the words that are being spoken, but you do not comprehend it. One experience that I have observed this was when my brother was driving. My mom had told him to pull over, but he stayed in the lane and kept driving. This is an example of hearing but not listening because he heard my mom telling him to pull over, but he stayed and kept driving.
Society spends so much time listening to the things people are saying that we rarely pay attention to the things that are not being said. I myself have had one of these experiences. A teacher was trying to explain to me that I needed to look at something in not such a literal sense. I heard her, but I did not listen to the concept she was trying to tell to me because I was too caught up in what I wanted to hear. It is important to learn what the difference between listening and hearing is. I will listen with the intent to learn and hear with the intent to respond. One of the most respectful things someone can do is just listen. No response, just listen to the problem. If everyone in the world took 10 minutes of their time to listen to someone, this world would become a much better place. One simple task can change this generation and the generations that come to follow.
Reading The Danger of Sight. Artist on many levels, Frederick Frank states, merely looking at the world around us is immensely different from seeing it. This means you can look outside your window for years, but before you go out and witness the world yourself, you will never see it. We look at the consequences of not seeing, being judgmental, and having a closed mind. I'm a teenager, as most of you should know, and as you also know, we talk a lot. I was walking around the school, and so many of the kids were talking bad about this girl. But the dumb thing is that I let that cloud my judgments before I actually talked to her. In my old school, the campus was even larger, meaning more kids, meaning more drama and gossip. This boy in my school was not someone I was close to, but I had a couple of classes with him. The way those kids talked about him, you would think that he had started World War III. So instinctively, I avoided him at all costs. I studied both of these incidents continuously, wondering what would have gone differently if I talked to either of them without caring what others thought. I spent so much of my schooling years, although that might not be much, depending on what other people had to say about my peers. I did this out without getting to know them and letting them speak for themselves. The kids in all schools anywhere are taught about everyone within a month of being there. Once you walk into those doors as the new kid, you are taught about everyone within a month of being there. What you do with that information determines what clique you are in. Not many of the kids got to see people for themselves. They only got short looks into that person's school self. Living like this leaves you judging the boy on the sidewalk, getting beaten up while you are sidestepping them. Living like this will also give you a closed mind, meaning you will never hear people or let them tell you their story. I will let people tell their story. I will tell that girl that she is beautiful. I will tell that boy that he is amazing. I will tell the gossipers that everyone has a story and a right to tell it. So for the rest of my life, I will listen to her story and see him, not just look, because sometimes you just need a new pair of eyes to see the world.
My poem is What Do I Say? What do I say when you walk my way? Do I say hi or will you say goodbye? So much is going on, but I feel if I tell you, you will be gone. The last thing I have to say in Guantanamo Bay is what do I say?
Hearing but not listening and seeing and not showing. Everyone has a history, but what you do with it is up to you. Some regret, some learn, some repeat over and over, but some help others. This is John Mark Green telling us to get up and not hear and see what people say and do, but listen and show to what really counts on the outside and inside of all people. If you don't, life might just slip before your eyes. Some people I knew have given up on listening to the world, even though they were the best at hearing us out. But not only did they give up, I gave up as well. I gave up on almost writing music, almost drawing. I gave up on listening and showing who I really was. But I gave up on my mom. It's funny how I thought I was given more chances than I thought it was for my family. But the tough times are with my stepmom and my dad. I just realized something. Everything they say and do is so they could protect me. But I don't listen. I hear. McKenna, one thing goes through one ear and out the other. They say those things, and yes, that does happen. I only want to hear what I want to hear, not what I need to listen to. All they want is for the best for me. They don't do it to be mean. They do it to show me the better me who I'm supposed to be. They do it to prepare me for the world. But sometimes I look in the mirror. I see her. I see a different reflection that I'm not supposed to. I'm afraid to become the reflection that looks right back at me in the mirror because all I see is darkness. I see shattered, unwanted glass in this face, the face that everyone knows that will never see the light because they're a liar. It's one of the things I gave up on, and it's my mother. I don't want to be that reflection. I don't want to be anyone but only myself. I only want to be better, but I try. I know that I can be better than the mother that can't be there for me. My mom says that she'll be back soon and nothing will never happen to her. But the next thing I know, she's in trouble. She makes promises that she can't keep. I gave up on believing on the promises that she can't show. She wants me to see that I can trust her, but she needs to show, like how I need to show my stepmom and my dad that I can trust, that they can trust me. My people and my family don't want to see change. They want me to show change. We should always repeat to do right. We should learn how to be the best you that you can be. We should always help a family or friend in need. But we should never, ever regret anything you do. Because it happened, and all you can do is move on. You can't change the past because it's history. Every moment you spend, every path that you take, every action you do, it's history. Move on. You only have one life to live. Live it. Instead, you can make your future better. I will make the people around me listen to what others have to say and do. I will stand against my reflection and my dark shadows and have confidence, truth, hope, and courage. I shall listen and not hear, and I shall show and not see. Thank you.
Chemistry team, and our poem today is titled A Covalent Friendship.
Ready, guys? 1, 2, we share
everything, energy and such, not only in exchange of friendship, but of values and love. A friendship indeed, with a companion, a covalent friendship that shares and loves.
For coming out tonight. So we're done with our performance poetry and all of our beautiful musical talents. We are blessed to have 1 Year Hitch with us tonight. They were playing when you came in. They're going to go ahead and take over the stage now, but I wanted to thank everybody for coming. Have a wonderful night. Also, please go order a book, get some swag from PTO, and hit up the popcorn stand. Thank you. Have a good night.